Welcome to Babylon.
Hello.
We are here. I'm sorry, that was such a funny hello.
Gotcha.
We are talking Babylon 5. We just watched season 1, episode 6?
6.
Whatever. 6, yes. Mindwar, and we're going to go through it. I'm Jenny. I have watched Babylon 5 multiple times. Big fan of it.
I am Jen. I am a screenwriter. I watched it a million years ago, and I'm watching it again now and remembering it surprisingly well at times. Anyway, there we go.
I'm Gus. I'm an actor, first-time watcher.
I'm Allie. I'm an actor and writer, and I just now have seen the 6th episode of Babylon 5.
Yes, the 6th episode, which is titled Mindwar, and once again was written by JMS.
My man. My main man.
Your main man, who apparently will beat people with pool noodles. I'm so angry at you that I got to animate that.
You got to watch the video reaction to understand the context for that one. Yeah. It occurs to me we should probably aggressively plug the video reactions at the beginning of the podcast.
Yes.
I forgot to do that up
there. We're not gonna plug these things.
Click here, YouTube. Check the link in the description, podcast. I covered all the bases.
You did it. Good job.
Roll those titles.
It was the dawn of the streaming age. 4 friends, bound by a shared love of stories, embark on a journey to a legendary space station. 2 veterans of the ancient television wars, revisiting a familiar battlefield. 2 newcomers, eager to explore its mysteries and unravel its secrets. Their mission? To boldly go where many have gone before. This is the story of Babylon. The year is 2025. The place, wherever you get your podcasts.
Just to start off with, general thoughts this episode.
I like
Allie's back, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
She's gone last week.
I am back. Hello. So I liked it a lot. I really enjoy getting to know things about the telepaths. I just I'm a sucker for a telepath. I'm gonna be real, like psychic powers, like anything like that. I'm always like, yes, I'm in. I'm game. Let's talk about the ethics of it. Let's talk about the morals. Let's talk about like the advantage that people take. As an empath, no, but like I don't know, when she was talking about like feeling other people's feelings and how difficult that is, and how, like the voices and stuff, I was like, preach. It's so difficult to be a person that like is extra sensitive to people's feelings and hyper like aware of people's reactions and feelings. So I was like, I empathize and I like appreciated that they addressed that. It was cool.
Yeah, real good. Yeah. Really good. One of my favorites, I think, so far.
Yeah.
I think so far The Gathering is still my favorite. Because that was a really, really strong pilot.
My favorite continues to be your least favorite episode.
Cockroach Vader? Cockroach Vader still your... Right.
I was saying that to get a reaction. I don't remember actually what happens in that episode.
Well, you can watch our video reaction.
It is your favorite.
Linked somewhere.
I feel like for me, it's going to be like my favorite's going to be like everyone we've just seen. I'm going to be like, that was my favorite episode.
This was really good. I mean,
this was really good. Yeah.
I liked it. Yeah.
I am hard to please because I really like Delenn. I really like Londo.
But you
really like her.
We didn't know.
And I know. And it almost never do we get all 3 of them in one episode. So that's probably why The Gathering is also up there for me, because all 3 of them
I can totally see that. Yeah.
But look, I thought this was really fun. We got a different side of Jakar. Catherine is like main cast now.
I like her.
Which is cool.
Yeah, she's sick. She's
makes
funky.
Sense. I am still assuming that I said I would never learn her name, but I have since learned her name. Carolyn, which is just Catherine, but different as a name. I assume this would have been Carolyn, but now it's Catherine because the actress didn't want to come back.
That
I'm
makes
guessing.
sense. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
So I love that Catherine is around. She's
I
fun.
like her a lot.
I wasn't really sure at first if I was enjoying her plot line, because I was like, this doesn't really tie in with the other plot line very much, but actually it does. Like, it thematically too, because last week we talked a lot about how the two plots didn't really talk to each other, but like they really did this time.
Yeah.
I think a lot about, the universe being a bigger place than we think it is, and externally and internally, like with I forgot the guy's name, Jason.
What kind of abilities are we ready to have?
How could you forget Jason
Ironheart? I know. What's wrong with
Ironheart?
Yeah, what kind of abilities are we ready for in terms of being a society? I mean, with the advent of AI, I was like, preach. What are we ready for?
And the macro and the micro of this. Yeah. Like we don't
really
know, they wanted me to be a weapon, but really what they wanted me to be was a weapon who could do something very small, not just explode things. Yeah.
And it's funny because that started and I was like, oh, it's this one. Because like every sci-fi show from the 90s they're turning me into a weapon. But they did something, and usually I feel like it does often end up with the person turning into a space baby. But like I still really like it's the 2001 thing.
It's 2001. Yeah, thank you.
What's a space baby?
The end of 2001: A Space Odyssey.
A space baby. Yes.
Yeah.
But I loved how they did that this time. I really enjoyed the way it all panned out, and like it a little bit formulaic from the time, but I don't really care. It worked, and it tied in thematically with other stuff, and it made a bigger point than just I don't want to be a weapon.
I mean, not wanting to be a weapon is a pretty big point in itself. But I mean, then it was just like there are additional mysteries, and like maybe we're ready for them, maybe we're not, and maybe we should leave some things the fuck alone for now.
Yes.
I did think until the last scene that Catherine going to Cthulhu's backyard was setting something up more broadly, but now that we have done the thematic season 1, there's big stuff in space. I don't know if we're going to see Jellyfish God again. That's okay with me, because there's only so much you can do with Eldritch horror, I feel like, before the thing, the premise changes. I like that he acknowledges there is Eldritch horror in space, because space is huge. And that's something that I think should be acknowledged.
What's wild, too, is that we know more about space than we do about our own oceans.
Yeah,
I know. That freaks me out sometimes. Yeah.
It has started to make me a little uneasy. I'm like, I don't like that.
No, it's a little
I don't
freaky.
like that at all.
That's a fact that people say to me all the time when they're like, you want to go swimming in lakes. That's a big thing in Canada. I'm like, I don't like swimming in lakes. It's scary, but I love swimming in the ocean. I'm like, Jenny, there could be anything in the ocean. Like, yeah, but I would see it coming. So I'd be fine.
Maybe.
Lakes are dirty and murky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty deep.
There were some really fun. I thought it was a great both like a world building and philosophy exploration.
Yeah,
within the context of the show and the building of this world of like we've explored this much or we've explored that much, and these are the things that where we're pushing boundaries. Then it's also like just brought up these really interesting philosophical questions, which if you read all 3 of the 3 Body Series books, like that is very much the whole the underlying theme is it's really about philosophy and about like. How does the universe, like, how would the universe view each other if we met other people? And the ant idea, like the ant thing is straight into those books. But the idea that like, if there's someone who is so much more advanced, would they even notice us? Because we're just like an ant to them. And, but there was a level of hope to this, which is very different than 3-Body Problem. There's not a lot of hope in 3-Body Problem.
No.
It's pretty dark. But I loved also that here's what was, I mean, again, like both world building, but also character building. Like Jakar has been up to this point so buffoonish.
Yes, that's what I was going to bring
and
up.
it's interesting.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, this was not written and originally intended to be directly after the last episode. But if you look at it from the outside, you could say, well, Jakar just had his come to Jesus moment. He just had this life and death moment where he was told he only had a few days to live. And now we're seeing Jakar on the other side of that, which I don't think is going to be true because I think we're going to get to see him be buffoony again. It's not like he's learned his lesson. But this grounded Jakar at the end, that speech he gave at the end was like not only incredibly well written, and I thought we got some of JMS's
really well
best
written.
writing so far
Yeah,
in this episode.
Mm.
You know, there were some things that are just like, if we literally, if you had to have someone say, "Can we talk one more time?" I was going to punch the screen because everybody said it. We need to talk. We need to talk. Can we talk somewhere? We need to talk. I'm like, you're talking.
Yeah, that was a lot. I was like, you're talking, talk.
Stop telling me you're talking.
And commercial.
And commercial. But exactly, it was very soap opera. But aside from that part of it, that little speech at the end was just concise and sublime. And then, I'm going to say his name wrong, Andreas Katselis. That's right, isn't it?
I think Katsoulis.
I think
maybe?
so.
Katsoulis. Okay. But his performance of that speech at the end was just beautiful.
Gorgeous.
It was like, that was one of the most emotionally touching scenes. It wasn't like a particularly emotional scene, but it was one of the most authentic scenes I feel like we've seen so far. It was just really simple and clean and beautiful. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. I loved that.
I'm a Jakar fan today. I mean, I always have been, but it's funny. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say what Jen said is right. This was meant to be a later episode, but the studio liked it so much they pulled it forward. So, and JMS agreed, like he said, you know, obviously this is a serialized story, but this one, like, it's not going to disrupt the narrative to move it. So,
yeah.
It was a gorgeous episode. Yeah, that ending. What did he say? I want like that line put
exactly.
on a post-it on my.
I was like,
fucking,
that's my cat poster behind
yeah, I'm
me.
like, I want that. Like something about it's comforting and terrifying that there's still wonders in the universe. So that was beautiful.
Something like that.
Yeah.
What a beautiful sentiment and so true.
It's interesting also because when Allie was rewatching the last episode, Parliament of Dreams, pulled that one out earlier.
Well done.
I noticed that Jakar was mentioning the negotiations again, which have been a thing for almost the entire season. And I bring this up because it seems like Centauri versus Narn is a pretty major running thing, going back to how the Narns had been a colonial state of the Centauri. And so I'm kind of anticipating one of the major long-term arcs being Centauri versus Narn in some capacity or other. And up till this point, I had kind of assumed that the show was going to be like Centauri more good guys, Narn more bad guys, based on Jakar being one, a reptile-ish guy, and two, of a, like Londo is the funny clown and Jakar is the mean clown.
Exactly.
But not today. Today, all of the Narns were pretty great and pretty thoughtful and kind and benevolent. And I was like, oh, good. It's complex.
There's
nuance.
nuance. We got hot nuance up in here. This is exciting.
Nice.
We love a world in which we have hot nuance. Yeah, not everybody is what they appear. I like that from a writing standpoint because it's like, I can do what I want. If all of a sudden they seem like they're acting out of character, I had given myself a pass.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
One of the things in JMS's, like, as I've mentioned before, like when he would talk about this episode, one of his favorite things about this episode is that for him, I'm wondering how this came across to you, but is that it all feels conclusive, but nobody gets any answers somehow.
Yeah.
Like, which is, we don't know what that thing was. We don't know what happened to Jason. We don't know anything. And yet you don't lend the story going, I feel unsatisfied by this.
Right.
Like,
and that's a piece of nuance right there. That's a really, we've talked about stuff in the beginning that I sometimes complain about JMS's dialogue, and speaking of giving himself a pass, I'll give him a pass on that because the complexity and the layers with which he writes overall an arcing story and themes and ideas and the philosophy of it is really unusual for the time and also not often done well. And I think he does that. You're right. I felt very satisfied at that. I think that's why we're all saying we liked this episode because it's a very satisfying episode with no answers, none. And we're all okay with that. We're very comfortable in that space. Yeah. Yeah.
He walked that line. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. Go.
You sure? No,
yes. No, please. I was going to change the subject. Go.
Okay. I just felt like, I feel like it's a really hard line to walk as a writer of like, giving answers that are satisfying without kind of giving so many answers that it's like, now I don't care anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like they're like the mystery element, I think, is a really difficult thing to nail. Where you're like, oh, it's all kind of a mystery. Like I think people could get frustrated either way if you do too much or too little in terms of explanation. And so I just wanted to shout that out because I think that's a really quite challenging to do well.
We haven't mentioned that Walter Koenig is in this.
Yes, that was the next guy. Yeah.
That was
That's
cool.
why I didn't want you looking at the cast. I don't know if you remember. You looked at the cast.
I do
and I was
remember
like,
that.
no.
I feel like
I'm assuming he comes back.
I had known from many, many years ago, like somebody told me, oh, and Chekhov's in it. Because when he showed up, I went, oh, right. But even so, I mean, you get in the reaction. I'm sure that's going to be part of the reaction video. I go like, is that Chekhov? Allie, stop doing whatever you're doing that matters. Is that Chekhov?
And I was like, I haven't seen that part of Star Trek yet.
You haven't watched any original series, have you?
I have not
this is
watched
season
the
3.
original series either, but I know who Chekhov is. You have
Well,
to.
I know who
I
the
just want to
playwright
keep saying
Chekhov
things
is.
like, I want to take me to your nuclear vessel.
Nuclear vessels,
Yes.
yeah.
Your way.
He's like,
Nuclear vessel.
I have this gun. Oh, he literally
He
had
has a gun.
Chekhov's gun.
Yeah. And early in the episode, they said if the two of us fire a brain beam at him, that was also Chekhov's gun. And then later they did.
Yeah. Yes.
Look at that.
They couldn't resist. They had to have Chekhov's gun, even though couldn't they just have like psychically done like a little tiny rock and just
They're not telekinetic.
Oh,
Yeah.
Telekinesis is super duper 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 rare.
well, I just assumed they'd send their best guys after him. You know?
Yeah, most of their telekinesis people are apparently psychotic. So
And this is what I'm saying is I'm like, yeah. So why are we trying to make more of them?
Well, no,
When-
because
I know. It was supposed to be like the safe version or whatever. But
Yeah.
they're trying
But
to make. A
I
safe
would
version,
not
yeah.
sign up for that experiment because I'd be like, the chances that you're going to nail that early on is pretty shitty.
But I'm not sure if like I think it's only naturally occurring telekinetics are 50-50
Yes.
crazy. Like I don't I
Yeah.
think the point is nobody's ever engineered a telekinetic person.
That's what I'm saying though, is that like is that like we don't know then, right? So I would not sign up to be like in the first 50.
Sure.
I'd be like, I want this tested first before I would
Yeah.
sign up for that experiment.
Well, now
I
the
mean,
question,
we need those people exist though. Like I wouldn't sign up to be the first person to try and go to the moon, but we needed somebody to do it. Like,
I know. We need some
Yeah.
crazy motherfucker.
I would have been. Me, please.
You would have signed up to go to space like first?
Fuck yeah.
To be the first person?
I'll sign up
We don't know
second.
shit. Are you serious?
I'm not going
You would
first.
sign
I'm not
up.
going first.
Yeah.
I would not be on a submersible. I would not be in the space. I would go once like a lot of people had gone, but I would not be the
Yes.
first person on an airplane.
Yes.
I wanted to be a test pilot. It definitely.
You would okay.
That's cool.
You,
That's
you're
kinda
built
hot,
different, Jen.
actually.
You're built
Yeah.
different. I would observe that from afar. I'd be so happy for you. I'd be like, that's my
Yes.
friend. That's my friend Jen. Fucking crazy. Good for you.
I don't know. I
I'm
gotta
gonna
say,
stay on the ground.
anybody who's in this business might as well be just trying to be a test pilot.
Yeah.
Because it's a different level.
Listen. I think everyone who's in this industry has some kind of deep wound.
There's probably that too.
Yeah.
There's probably
Yeah,
that too.
probably.
Yeah.
Like no one I meet in this industry is like, I'm completely fine, had a totally normal life.
the dog is now fully in frame.
Oh,
So-
okay. We have to keep this part in. So
So
let's
this part has to
Oh
stay
my
in.
god.
Yes, but
Oh
go.
my god.
Okay. He's oh God. Okay. This is a good metaphor. This is a good metaphor for what all of this is like.
Lie down,
Yeah.
sweet breath.
Yes.
Lie down.
Oh my god. That was so sweet.
It really was.
Is his head okay?
Oh, he's fine. He's fine. He's a pit.
His big
He
giant
doesn't
head.
care.
He got the
could run into
biggest
a
damn
wall.
head. Yeah, I've seen him run into many walls and be completely fine. He doesn't even notice. And I'm like, ooh, and he's like, what?
Petey came into frame to say, talk about the show. So,
Thank you, Petey. Yes.
speaking of the show, I forgot the point I was going to make because Petey came into frame. But what I did not expect, but I'm happy about, was that Telepath lore is getting heavily expanded on before intergalactic politics lore. I thought there would be a lot more
Yeah.
intergalactic politics lore before Telepath lore. I'm enjoying the Telepath lore. I like that we got so much of Ivanova being like, you fucking Telepath.
Yeah, I was like, she's not
Yeah,
gonna be happy about any of
juggling
this shit.
babies. Yeah, her metaphor was
Her
juggling
that was
babies.
funny as fuck. He's
That was
got balls.
hilarious.
You know what? The women on the show have balls. I like every single one of the women.
Yeah.
I miss Takashima though.
Takashima.
You got it.
I know.
And
I
miss
Lita.
Lita.
I
Do
miss
not
Lita.
pick this up again.
Talia's fun. Lita had, there was a special
Je ne sais quoi.
It wasn't a joie de vivre. It was like a cynicism almost that Lita had that I kind of miss. Talia, I'm still getting to know her.
I like Talia. Like the women on the show, I really like. They're interesting. They're interesting
Oh,
people.
God,
Yeah.
I do not like the casual sexual harassment that continues to occur in this workplace.
Garibaldi.
Yes.
I wanted to scratch his eyes.
I'm
Baldy
like,
just
Sir.
staring.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, how have you been promoted this far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you the
the
number 2 guy?
90s.
Because the captain's also a creep. That's why.
He's a horny captain.
The horny captain and the horny second captain. I'm like, oh my God, man. Please.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a casting question though. I do have to ask this. I don't find there to be any chemistry really between Catherine and Sinclair. Am I wrong?
Oh, really?
Excuse me. Excuse
Oh,
me.
okay,
They're doing
okay.
their sexiest voices.
I don't know.
I'm going to work now.
I mean, I think I found a little
are
more
you?
chemistry last time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
it was the
felt
last
a little
episode I felt
something.
chemistry.
I felt
are
a little
you?
something. I was like, okay. It wasn't as bad as like that Jurassic Park with Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. I feel like those two had negative chemistry somehow.
Is that like negative energy?
Yeah,
from
they had
the
negative
ship?
energy.
Yeah.
They had
Negative emergency
like
power.
I'm not
Negative
talking
emergency
shit.
power.
They're both great actors. I just felt like together for some reason, I've never seen two hot people, two such hot people have so little chemistry. Like I don't know if they did like a chemistry test on screen, but like, and they just discovered like day one, they were like, ooh. Actually, no, they have no, or if like all of the chemistry got left on the cutting room floor or what, but like that movie, the two of them, I was like, they want to like put more clothes on each other. Do you know what I mean?
Are you cold?
Like
Here's a parka.
these two at least seem like they're like kind of casually interested in each other. He seems more he seems like he has more chemistry with her than she does with him. I think that's the issue for me.
Yeah, I like Smuggler Catherine, not Smuggler, I'm sorry. I like Expeditionary Minor Catherine more than I do Bedroom
Sexy
Eyes
voice Catherine?
Yeah, I can
Yes.
see that. Yeah, I can see that. That makes sense.
I agree
Yeah.
with that.
She's more interesting as her own character than she is as part of the relationship with Sinclair.
Yes.
And also Sinclair is more interesting as his own character than as the relationship with Catherine. Like,
Yeah.
I get that you said JMS based a lot of that on something from his own life.
Yeah, well, the breakup and coming back, like last
That
episode,
was clear.
they said they broke up and came up. Yeah, that was very autobiographical.
Yeah. I think the specificity of them not being together was clear. The specificity of them being together, like I'm like, what makes them interesting as a couple? Like, why are we rooting for them? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and also though, is this a life imitating art or an art imitating life? Because it was after this time when he was writing this time in the show. It was post this that he and his wife divorced for like 3 years and then got back together.
Got back together?
Yes, because he was like,
The Uno reversed?
He said, I can't run. Yes, the Uno reversed. He said, I can't run the show and be married to you at the same time.
Yeah, it was his first. It was his first show.
That would be correct. The group chat, my girlfriend group chat, if someone said that to me, would be lit. If somebody's husband said that to them, her girlfriends had the best wine brunch ever after that.
Yes, they did.
And then, what do? Did you do another wedding? Do you re-wedding?
Well, they didn't divorce. They separated.
Oh yeah, I guess it's true. They didn't.
Okay, they
actually
didn't divorce.
No, but they completely separated. Like moved apart
For 3
separated.
years.
I think so.
For a while, yeah.
You separated for 3 years. You don't divorce.
Well, it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
To be
But
clear,
still.
they actually are divorced now. Like they got divorced. They are divorced.
Well, yeah, they would have. Like, yeah, if somebody
Yes.
said that to me, I'm like, that's pretty much an overstatement. I'm so sorry. Like you, all due respect to both parties.
Well,
like,
and
goodness.
They're like, I don't know how much of this will make it, but they are good friends. Like they divorced. He she supported him when like he basically was making no money as a writer. So he still pays for her life. Like it's
Okay.
That's decent of him.
They have a very
basically
cordial.
mutual
They're cordial.
understanding.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I like you. I mean, I do think you can be friends with your ex. It's just like that.
Yeah.
That's such a marriage ending statement that I was like shocked that they got the other end of that. Even briefly. I'm like, oh, that's a hurtful that's a hurtful sentence.
Yes. Yeah. Bring it back to, I wanted to know if you noticed something that I have never noticed in all of my time watching the show. And maybe it's just because I'm not visual. And the only reason I know it now is because it was brought up in my research for this episode. Apparently, Walter Koenig came up with a character thing for his character. And he just put it where he has a useless left arm. Did you notice that he just never used his left arm?
I did not.
No?
And I don't think I read that when I was reading up on this. I missed that.
Yeah, that was a Walter
That's cool.
Koenig.
Why not?
Yeah. And that was that happened a couple of times too. Not just with Walter Koenig. The actor playing Jakar one day came in and it was introducing himself as Jakar instead of Jakar, which is how his name was written. And Jamis was like, "What's that?" He goes, "Oh, I've decided I'm French." And so that became his name. His name became Jakar.
Jakar.
Okay.
I've decided I'm French.
That's why it's G apostrophe and
Jakar.
not. Okay.
Jakar.
Yeah.
I like Jakar better.
I like Jakar better. Yeah,
I like Jakar.
Yeah.
He's right.
But if anybody's
French, Londo.
Yeah, it's Londo. He's
Londo looks like
Londo's
Napoleon.
Russian.
He's Space Napoleon.
Russian.
Yeah, he's Space
French,
Napoleon though.
yeah.
He's got the Napoleon hair. I mean, not hair.
That's fair.
But the
That's
outfit.
Well, I mean,
Outfit.
can't
the thing with Londo,
be two Frenchmen?
this might be apocryphal. Everything that I read, like I'll read one thing that says this is true, and then I'll read another thing that says this isn't true. So I have no idea. But I'll tell you the apocryphal story is that his hair started out as a joke, where they talked about how he needs to like have peacock feathers and like they just kept bandying it back and forth, and neither of them realized. Like one person would say it and the other person wouldn't realize they were joking, and then they would say it back and they wouldn't realize they were joking, and then it just ended up on screen and everybody was like, "What?"
Sure.
Until later when
Oh my god, that's amazing.
That's so funny.
Do you know the story about how in the Lord of the Rings: Return of the King, the Uruk-hai commander or the Orc commander Gothmog was designed?
Yeah.
You've heard this before?
No.
I don't.
Yes,
I'm
I
sure
do
I
know.
probably have, but I do remind me, please.
I do know.
Gothmog is the orc in Return of the King. He's in charge of the siege of Minas Tirith. He's got an enormous amount of like puffy rot across his face. His whole face is like severely inflamed.
He's
He's
like
the one.
pink.
He's one
Puffy
just
is
fear. The city is rife. No, yeah, the city is rife with it. Release the prisoners, and like all the other lines.
And you kind of talks out of the side of
He
his
kind
mouth
of talks out of the side, and he also looks. Fun facts: he looks a little bit like Harvey Weinstein
on purpose.
But
I did know that part. Yes.
but the reason why I bring him up is because apparently when they were making the prosthetic for Gothmog, the guys at Weta Workshop put a little bit of this like puffy growth stuff on his cheek as like a, it's like a little bit of a thing. He's a little bit corrupt and gross. And Peter Jackson looked at it and went, "Oh no, this is good. This is good." And then he grabbed the foam stuff and he just started packing more and more and more and more rot on the guy's face until like fully 2/3 of his face looks like it's just inflamed mushroom nonsense. And that character is incredibly recognizable and one of my favorite orcs on the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yes.
So similar thing, I think, to Londo's hair, except I think Londo's hair looks better. In terms of being presentable, not in terms of
hair looks better.
Not
actually-
no one's
I
ever
don't-
looks
said
more.
that.
It looks more appealing, is what I mean.
Yes. And I
Londo's
don't know
hair
how true it is.
and appealing do not belong
in
in the same sentence. That is a
Compared to
cursed
Gothmog.
sentence.
Compared to Gothmog,
I think that they're equitable. I think they are equitable.
I've been thinking about growing that one out myself.
Yeah.
No,
It's a fun
Peacock
choice, and
I-
it's big.
I
and
cannot-
just fun.
what, Jen?
It's always just say it's a fun choice to have his hair, that hair. It's really fun. and
I'm going to do a
ridiculous.
callback. You cannot have hair like that and be married to me.
Well, good news. I can't grow my hair like that, so we're good.
Amazing.
I'm assuming it takes a lot of effort to make it happen.
A lot of gel,
Well,
I'm assuming.
So here's a completely stupid segue about that hair, or side note about the hair. So I've been watching some other things from the like 80s and 90s. We talked about how the opening credits are in widescreen, but the rest of the show is in, 2:3.
Standard def.
Like standard, 90s television. There was something I watched recently. I can't remember what it was, or maybe we were talking about it in the first episode. I don't know, but you had to place actors so fucking close together to fit into a television screen, and so you have these really awkward. People don't stand as close to each other in real life as they stand on television shows. And I'm thinking about filling that screen. When you have widescreen, you can have people like decently spaced apart, but with TV, you can't. Londo's hair does a really nice job of filling in a television screen, of filling in the aspect ratio of a television screen. It's just nice and kind of just like fills in the corners where you wouldn't have anybody.
You're so right.
I know. Yeah. I'm like, it's a good TV hair. Some good TV hair. I love it. Love it.
Now all of a sudden, every actor in Hollywood, it's going to be veneers and that hair.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I actually think real teeth are coming back. I do.
Please,
that's my theory. My theory is that because now enough people have veneers. I always think that what becomes popular is the thing that's anti the thing that is popular now. It's now all of a sudden color's coming back and everyone's acting like they were the one that missed color. And I'm like, we all missed color? Really? Yes. And we were all just buying beige because whatever. Although, I felt like I was going insane because I was talking to somebody recently who, a couple years ago was like, I'm a minimalist. I only have 4 shirts or whatever. Everything goes together. It's all the same colors and whatever. And I was like, okay, rad. I don't have that kind of organization. And then recently I was talking to them. It's been maybe 2 years. And they were like, I'm a maximalist. I love color. I love pattern. And I was like, what is happening? I'm happy that color and pattern are back because I also missed color, but I really do think that anything that's popular is the opposite thing is going to be popular in give it 4 years.
Yeah.
And that's my theory. Yeah. So I'm like,
it's a good theory.
You just have to wait it out.
She's Babylon 5's coming back.
Right.
That's my theory. That's my theory.
Yes.
I'm sticking to it.
Oh, there's so much though. Here's the thing too, is we talked about this before of it's from the 90s. There was some statement that was made right at the beginning and we all were staring at each other.
We all groaned.
Yeah. But because it was just talking about, it was politics. It was talking politics, but it was just and what the Psi Corps is trying to control it and change news and blah, 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 blah. And I was
what was it?
The Psi Corps controlling the government.
And, controlling the government, controlling the news, controlling what we're being told. And
the markets
I was just
and the economy.
The markets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was like, this is just not, I don't like how uncomfortable this makes me.
I don't like how much this rhymes. It should not rhyme with the current
George
time.
Lucas was right.
No.
I sometimes really hate watching old stuff because it doesn't know how right it is.
Yeah. It's we learned nothing. We learned nothing.
No, this can't still be true.
Run
it's
it back.
It's a Wonderful Life. We were just talking about it. You watch It's a Wonderful Life and you're like,
George Bailey has this whole thing where he goes is it too much to ask that they live and die in a couple of decent rooms and a bath? And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my God. Time is a circle. Time is a fucking circle. And
is there anything else that in the notes for us to, because I want to make sure you guys have enough time for Great Council.
Yes.
Anything else?
But the one thing I also just wanted to mention, a JMS, sort of one of his philosophies, he does not like typecasting. So that was one of his reasonings for getting Walter Koenig into a role like this.
A kind of villainous.
Opposite.
Yeah.
He's not
I vibe with that.
amicable, at all.
Let's stretch our imaginations.
I loved it. I thought I really enjoyed Walter Koenig. I always enjoy Walter Koenig.
Put Koenig into a sci-fi show, but give him something different to do.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And Walter Koenig and him apparently were friends. I don't know if you remember this from his autobiography there, but Walter Koenig was the one who warned JMS about DS9.
Oh, really?
He just called him up and said, hey, they're making a show based on a space station that has a letter and a number in the title. I know that's what you've been working on all this time. Walter Koenig was the one who called him about that.
I had forgotten that. All right, I'm going to do a little. I'm going to just before you guys leave, I'm going to do a tiny little.
We don't have to leave. I just want to make sure you had enough time.
Oh no! Yeah. But this is just a little name dropping, because I had
Please do
the incredible pleasure of being friends with Richard Hatch, who was from Battlestar
What?
Galactica.
From Survivor?
No.
Oh.
No.
The other Richard Hatch.
Zarek. You're friends with Zarek?
Yes.
Yes,
I was.
That
And
was funny.
yeah.
That was so funny. 3 of us were like sci-fi.
I know. And the hilarious thing is he actually did a funny bit that he had us all come into about like Richard Hatch. Everybody like was getting famous again, and then but he was like, but everybody thinks I'm Richard Hatch from Survivor, which is really funny. So it's funny that was your reaction. He would have loved that.
That's so
he would
funny.
have loved that.
I was
and
so pumped.
And he was such a gentleman. He was such an amazing human. I adored him and was so fortunate to call him a friend. And he did
That's
a film with Walter Koenig, a short film, and invited us to the screening of it. So we went to the short film screening and we met Walter Koenig, which was incredible. And I was like beside myself. But it wasn't just Walter Koenig. Nichelle Nichols came to watch it and sat next to us. Yes, I knew Jenny would die. And I met Nichelle Nichols.
I'm like 2 degrees
Who is that?
separated
That's
from
Uhura.
Nichelle Nichols. What the fuck? Allie, what the fuck?
I failed you.
Oh my god!
Oh, I gotta get out.
Who's Nichelle Nichols?
Come back, guys. Allie, you don't have to know every Star Trek actor in the world.
You have to know Nichelle
just-
Nichols.
I know Patrick Stewart. I know that. I don't know.
God.
And I know what's his face? The one
William
who
Shatner.
can't sit in a chair correctly. What's his name?
Yeah,
Oh,
so you
Riker.
don't know.
Jonathan Frakes.
Jonathan Frakes.
Nice.
I know what he looks like.
Who's Jimmy
Nice.
doing?
He literally couldn't sit in the chair properly. He had back problems. That's why that character.
Oh, I find that so relatable. I can, look at how I'm sitting right now. Look at how I'm sitting. I'm not
She
this much
slowly
shorter.
drifts out of frame every time we do one of these.
I have the worst back problems, and I was with people who stressed me out for a whole week. So,
Yeah,
That's fair.
I
That's fair.
understand.
so my shoulders were like this.
I'm going to do my
Nichelle
impression of
Nichols.
Allie right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it doesn't go down very far.
I'm so comfortable right now. But so
The
wait,
eye line is so fucked up. The eye, people are like,
I think
they're
this is why
so
people
uncomfortable trying to watch.
I think this is why people think I'm so much shorter than you.
Because you sit like that.
Yeah, like I am so much shorter than you, but I'm not like
Her knees are
This
right
much.
here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like because
Was
people go,
anybody-
"Oh, little Allie," and I'm like, "I'm 5'6".
Was anybody else there who Allie won't recognize?
I'm trying to think. It's really
So
funny
you
because
met
I sort
Nichelle
of
Nichols. I'm just gonna like
did.
touch you a little bit more.
I did. We sat next to her. I mean, it was just like during the screening, and David and I were both like, "Oh my god!" We were just beside ourselves. We were so beyond. It was really amazing.
Every time I hear
actually-
more details about your life, I fangirl harder for you. I have to be very real about that.
This is me fangirling.
Do you know about Nichelle Nichols and Martin Luther King Jr., Allie?
But I know who Martin Luther King Jr. is.
No, she could. She was gonna quit.
Just
the
gonna be
show.
clear about that one. What?
Yes. She was gonna quit the show, and Martin Luther King Jr. went up to her and was like, "You can't
Star
quit
Trek.
the show because Star Trek because you are like a black person on television who's not a maid." Like you
So
are
true.
second in command. The reason she stayed on the show and stayed was because MLK told her to stay on the show.
I'm sorry if MLK tells you to do something, you're gonna do it.
Yes, you fucking do it.
Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna do it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Isn't that also why Whoopi Goldberg started acting?
Yes, that is why
Yes.
Whoopi Goldberg
Because
started
Yes.
acting.
that exact
She-
thing.
Because she said
Yes.
a black woman on screen and that she's not a maid.
Yeah.
That's what she
She's
said.
not a maid.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, that was very important.
And then
This
Guinan.
is- yeah.
Didn't they also
And
have the
then
first? Didn't they have the first
Interracial kiss.
interracial kiss on
kiss?
screen? Yeah.
Yes.
Technically, no. Actually, there's one
No.
before them, but I think they might be the first one in America. I
Okay.
just
Or on
googled this
prime
a fair
time
bit.
or something.
Yeah, it was,
something.
it was
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, they had it was pretty
Yeah.
groundbreaking.
Deep Space
Yeah.
was
Yes.
also. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say they did extra takes in order to because they thought they might have to cut it for Southern release, and William Shatner fucked up every take where they weren't kissing on purpose so that they would have to use the kissing take.
I love that energy. Like when you hear about like the things that celebrities did back then, like Betty White, what a gem.
What a G.
What a
What a
gem.
G, yeah.
Well,
She
upon
risked her fucking career. Marilyn Monroe for Etta
Mhm.
James
With
risked her
Ella
fucking career.
Fitzgerald,
Sesame
yeah,
Street to be
Yeah.
to be
Sorry,
desegregated.
guys.
Sorry, guys.
that's okay. You first. Go ahead.
I'm done.
Apocryphally, the reason why Shatner fucked up every take was not because he wanted it to be aired, but because he wanted to be the person who was part of the first interracial kiss.
Oh, that might have been, yes. Yeah, that might
Which makes a lot of sense to me,
Yeah.
knowing how Shatner is. But either way, the effect is more important than...
You know what? I don't care what his. You know what? I don't care what his reasoning was. Because that was broy. But anyway, I just get happy when I hear about things
Stuff
that
like
people
that.
where you're like, they're so brave, they risk their like careers for like what's right, and that's freaking rad, and more people should be like that. But wait,
Yes.
I had another thing. I don't remember what it is.
That's really cool that you met Richard Hatch, who frankly I
From
get
Survivor.
equally I would probably be more excited about the one you met, honestly. Much as I love Richard Hatch, winner of Survivor 1. Spoilers for a show that came out 25 years ago.
25 years ago.
But that's really cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. But I fangirl of you even when you're not around, Jen. I was talking about you to somebody. I was like, oh my God, it's like somebody who's much younger than I am. And I was like, oh my God, she's the coolest person ever. Like every time she talks, I'm like, oh my God, your life is amazing. What is your life? And then the little gal was like, that's how I feel about you. And I was like,
Yes.
stop
Yes. Yes.
Stop it. I'm like, I do have a career. I did. I was talking to my manager today. I was like, I actually have a career. And he was like, I know, isn't it cool? Because he's been working with me since like before I had one. It's very exciting.
Oh, that's sweet.
But of course, every time you are between writing jobs, you're like, well, and that was the last one. So,
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Every time. Still, Jen? Still?
Oh, yeah.
Good. It's good to know that it never ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the coolest person I know, other than these other two people that I know as well.
You're pretty cool.
You're
No,
also
I'm not
very
as cool
cool.
as Yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah,
with
what
that.
were we talking about,
you.
Jenny? I was embarrassed to meet you the first time because I was such a fangirl of yours. So, it is all going full circle here.
I really love how all of us have fangirled over the other person at
That's
various
true.
points.
Exactly.
Because I
Yeah, all of us
definitely fanned
have
over you,
fangirled.
Allie and Gus. Yeah.
Yeah, and I fangirled over you. And then
I fanboy over both of you. You too.
you can fangirl as well. It's not gender
I
exclusive.
do fangirl. I just wanted to also say fangirl.
Yes.
Fangirl's better in this case. I fangirl over all three of you.
Yeah, I feel like fangirl
definitely
feels
the
more
fangirl.
enthusiastic. Fanboy does not feel right.
Nah.
Fangirl feels like
No.
it's more enthusiastic somehow.
Mhm.
Am I wrong?
Mhm.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so bringing it back, the only
Yes.
other thing I wanted to mention is the name Alfred Bester is apparently after, and this is just research, after the author Alfred Bester, who wrote a book called Demolition Man about telepaths.
Oh, Demolition Man.
that's a
So they made
movie.
it into a movie?
Oh, nice.
Sure, because I have not seen it or read it. So there you go. Is
It's,
it a movie about telepaths?
No.
No, then probably
No.
it just has a name.
No, wait. We didn't see that one.
We didn't see that one?
No, we didn't see that one. It's a Stallone movie. I think.
I don't know.
We have to watch it now.
I think the movie is based on the book.
I'm sure
I
it is,
don't
but
know
we didn't
because
see the movie. Yeah, we didn't see
neither
it.
watched
Oh,
nor
we didn't
read
see
it.
that
It was
one.
just-
Stallone. I was
Yeah.
thinking The Running Man.
Because there's this theater that does like old movies.
Yeah.
Well, there's so many theaters in Hollywood that do old movies. But
I had to get it. It's not. I said the name wrong. So it's not Demolition Man. It's the Demolished Man.
See, that's different.
that's a very different thing.
I don't know.
Very
It's different.
I've never heard of that in
That's
my
very
life.
different. Yeah,
But I'm happy for them.
me too. But anyway,
Yes.
that's the author is named Alfred Bester, so the character is named Alfred Bester.
Okay, so he was like, I'm a fan. See, that's the fun
Oh.
thing about naming things.
It's the first ever Hugo winner.
Is it?
It won the first Hugo Award, an inverted detective story. It
That
is-
makes a lot of
Oh.
sense for JMS because when he was young, I've talked around it again, reading his autobiography. His childhood was a fucking nightmare. Like it was. I don't know how he is alive, but one of the things that he would do when he was young was go to like stores and steal books to read them. And one of the things he learned was stealing books that had a Hugo Award thing. Well, those were his favorites. So that's him knowing naming a character after a Hugo Award winner. Like he would literally siphon through I don't know, whatever you call it, go through and look for that symbol and then steal those books.
That's cool.
And
Nice.
the funny thing about that, it was said stealing them was hard. It was actually much harder because he would try to return them. Returning them was always harder than
funny.
stealing them.
Yes.
This
This
is
is
much
true.
harder
Put
to
'em
put a
back?
book back. Yeah. put him
Okay,
back
here's
on the
what's crazy.
shelf.
There's a cover of Demolished Man that looks quite old, not the original cover, I'm sure, and it's basically Gavin Newsom.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
God, it is
Our
Gavin
governor.
Newsom.
Totally is.
Our
Oh my
governor
God.
Huh.
That's
Gavin Newsom.
uncanny.
That
So
is
spooky.
really Gavin Newsom.
I'm Gavin
Oh my
Newsom.
gosh.
Did Gavin Newsom used to be a cover model? Is what I
He's a
wanna know.
telepath. He's
But you know
turned
what?
into a space baby and
That
said,
would
I'll see you
surprise
in a
me.
million years.
He's people were like thirst trapping him after the Democratic convention. The Democratic National Convention. People were like, who's
Yes.
California's governor? And I was like, oh, that's a whole thing.
So,
It's a
Oh,
whole
man.
thing.
It's a whole thing.
So he used to be married to, sorry,
no,
Who do you
please
used to be
go,
married
go, go.
to?
not Lara Trump, one of the Trump wives.
What?
What?
Yeah. He was married to what's her bucket? Not that one, the other one.
What?
Yeah.
This feels like
Yeah.
this feels like
is
an off mic discussion.
Shocking. Wait, no, it's not. This is an
I wanna
odd
say
way.
I did
Wait,
not
Gil-
know
Gab,
that
I'm
either.
Googling this right
it's
now.
Kimberly Guilfoyle. Yeah.
Oh, her, yeah.
Wow.
Kimberly Guilfoyle was his ex-wife.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I did not know that.
crazy.
If we needed any more indication that politics in this country is really fucked up,
Yeah.
there you go.
That's wild.
Um,
Well, there you go.
there you
Okay.
go, everybody.
There are mysteries in this world. That
You got it. That's
I
it.
am both comforted.
I am both
but no, in
comforted
this
and
case,
terrified. Those are
terrified.
still
We
mysteries
brought it
in
back.
this world.
We fucking brought it back. I knew we would. I had
Yes.
faith from the beginning.
Oh wow, that is
Wow.
fucking crazy! What
That is.
an episode! What an episode of this podcast!
Good episode.
We
too.
covered so much good shit.
And you know what? They got a whole other section.
Yeah, we do.
You do a great
Leave.
council where you talk about us
So-
behind our backs.
Talk about
We
how we
don't
got
do
everything
what I do.
wrong. You put in the trailer where I said, I'm inclined to trust Delenn in most things. And so I assume she's the worst.
We never even talked about what's his face. Again, we didn't talk about him.
Who?
The new guy,
Who?
her assistant.
He wasn't in the episode.
Oh, right. I forgot. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah.
Lanier.
Yes.
He's not here. There you go.
Not here, Lanier. That's what they call him.
Not here,
Yes.
here.
Yes.
What bus or something
All right.
else, I don't know.
Well, thank y'all. And
Thanks, everybody. Have fun
See
at
ya.
Great Council where we won't be there. Bye.
Bye, Portland.
bye.
Ah, my friends! You have reached the most dangerous part of our journey, the Grey Council. Here we speak of things that must not be spoken. Secrets, betrayals, spoilers. If you are not ready, turn back now. But if you dare to proceed, I promise you it will be magnificent. Oh, Mr. Garibaldi!
Wow, that went.
I know we went all
Gavin-
over the place. We did a little.
That-
we did a little.
That is great. It'll be a great episode, I think.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, I think
Karen-
it was. Gus might want us to say that he's not right or right about things. We're still recording, right? Yeah, we're still going. Okay.
Yeah, we're still recording.
But he was hilarious during the watch when he was spouting every line the second before someone said it.
Seriously. He like
It's
got
great. He was
4
on
or 5
fire.
of them. It was that was pretty intense.
That was great.
Yeah.
That was great.
So once again, I am shocked at Allie not picking up on the romantic subtext. I don't know if you caught it. Did you catch it?
Between no, did I?
Talia and Ivanova. After
Oh,
Talia
yes.
has like her stressed out, like they're scanning me, ow, it hurts. Ivanova
Yeah.
hands her a glass of water.
She did. You're right.
She did. Yep.
She did. And it's funny
That
because I
is-
actually should have been looking for that because I loved. That's one of the when we talk about like when we watched this back in the day, and
Yeah.
that probably had one of the biggest impacts on me at
I
the time.
can't imagine. Yeah.
And I was
yeah.
really interested in that relationship and that character, and I mean those
Mm-hmm.
characters and the fact that we were seeing what felt like a real relationship. So
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. Oh my God, that's funny. Yeah, I completely missed it. I didn't miss it. I clocked it, and I was like, "Oh, isn't that nice that she's handing her water?" But yeah. There was something else in there.
Yeah. It's just, it's starting to see some interest or
Yeah.
or maybe compassion. Because like at last time we saw them together, it was like, I'm never going to interact with you. And that was,
Yeah. Yeah.
A moment
And it
of
wasn't
kindness.
interesting. It was interesting to see that from Ivanova, because I was like, please give us something with Ivanova. I'm glad they didn't like rehash it and explain the thing about her mom, but please give us something with her being triggered by all these telepaths here and by Psychor being there. And then I think it was because we were watching Talia being like
scanned.
And who came in saying Psychor really is, you know, this is what we do and we have our rules and don't worry, we'll be really careful. And then like, frankly, getting thrown under the bus by Psychor, and then eventually even beyond that becoming, I think, hopefully a little disillusioned with them.
I mean,
yeah.
She does. She gets dissected, so she becomes disillusioned and then killed.
Yeah.
But that's
Well, that's but that's
that's another thing.
That's right.
Another thing.
That's right.
Another thing that I think is just because we lost Michael O'Hare in the next season. Jason, when he becomes the big space baby, says, "I'll see you again in a million years." The end of the series, I'm pretty like that's supposed to be. Like St. Clair goes off with the first ones. I think kind of the implication that we're supposed to have is that Jason becomes a kind of akin to a first one, and so I think that's what was the intent.
That I was surprised neither of them talked about that line too, because I was I wrote it down actually to save it for this if they didn't, but that line wasn't just see you in a million years. It was no, I will see you. It is I have transcended. It's so funny. It's really interesting because I was just reading about Buddha and Nirvana and enlightenment and like the difference between like the subtleties in that a couple days ago, and this was like a really nice sort of play on that of like I have become enlightened and I'm aware of all things everywhere all at once. And I know what's going to happen a million years in the future, just like I know what's happening in the inside of an atom in your brain.
Yeah.
It was really cool. It was really cool. Yeah. And it's funny because you haven't watched, you've watched Strange New Worlds yet, right?
No, I've told you about my trauma with that show. Not with the show. I realize I should qualify. It has nothing to do with the show. I just tried to watch it in a place where I was not in a mentally good place. And now when I try to watch it, my brain goes, bad. It has nothing to do with the show at all.
I look forward to you being able to work through that because it is just delicious and delightful. You're going to love it if you find yourself able to get there. But I had forgotten because, I have watched the original Star Trek pilot, the original pilot with, that's with Pike. And then I love Pike in the new movies, actually. And then I absolutely love Anson Mount as Pike. But there is also an aspect with his storyline, too, that's like knowing what the future is going to be. And we've all seen it because we saw the original series.
Because it's for Discovery.
So it's fun and interesting. And that it reminded me a little bit of that, too. There's some, look, we watch sci-fi over and over again, the same reasons we watch fantasy over and over again, because we do want to see some of the same tropes revisited because we love them. We love them.
Yeah. And the tropes become tropes for a reason. I think in general, I know we use the word trope often to mean negative, but I don't, it can be, but I don't think a trope is in and of itself negative. It's just how a story is told. So
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And themes that are in stories. And, that is the theme certainly in Star Trek. And again, like not to bring up Three Body again, but it's just from a very different mindset. I wouldn't say that there's no hope in it. And in fact, there are surprising places where I'm like, oh, wow, they're going to go to a place of hope where it seems like they couldn't possibly. But it's just generally a lot more dismal view of the world, of the universe, of humanity and whatever else humanity would be outside of our humanness, but other entities. But Star Trek and also Babylon 5 do have that, hey, we're all here to try to make it a better galaxy, a better universe, a better world.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm watching Andor right now too. And
less hopeful, but yes.
But it is. Babylon 5 is definitely less hopeful. It doesn't, it's also not like pristine.
It's not as idealistic, I think is the word I should use. It's not as idealistic.
It's, and frankly, and in some ways, I think even Deep Space Nine kind of got there more with just being like, people can still be jerks.
Yes.
But I think that, I don't know, it's nice to revisit those themes that we would call tropes of like, here's how we can do better.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they are naturally, it is Walter Koenig, but assuming that he is going to come back. And they are right. Obviously, he comes back. I think he comes back at least once per season.
I think that's right. That sounds right. Yeah.
I don't remember the exact number, but we definitely see he's a regular. He becomes a regular on the show. Like not a, what do you call that? Actually, is there a name for that? Like a recurring. Yeah. He's a recurring.
Yeah.
So
and it would be for him. It would be recurring guest star. Yeah.
Recurring guest star. Okay. Yeah. And I mean, he's one of the best recurring, I would say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I just also love his work in this too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, his character of Chekhov, because Chekhov was, you know, young and not of a high status from the beginning of Star Trek, even as they grew and became in the movies, Chekhov was still always like, he was just never going to have a high status in that show. And it was really fun to just see him kind of come in with this like grounded, high status, very full of himself and sure of himself character.
Yes. I'm just trying to think, what did they call him on the set? That was in the notes too, where they all called him senior officer or something on set.
Right.
Something in order to honor his role.
Yeah.
The other full spoiler things I think to mention, that Cthulhu creature, we do actually see them again. They are one of the first ones, and they show up as one of the first ones when we are gathering the first ones in order to fight the shadows. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
And that's another thing, is I feel like that is it's another example of JMS sneaking in his continuity stuff, but making it a one-off. You know, and by not answering our question at the end, by not giving us the answer of who they are, he you know what, one of either Ali or Gus, I think Ali said it, giving himself a pass about something by saying, or maybe
nobody
Gus said
is who, nobody is who they
none of us
appear.
are who we are. You know, yeah. So if I write something out of character, it's because I said I could. But he does that. JMS uses a phrase for that in his autobiography, and I can't remember the phrase that he uses, but about like he maybe he calls them back doors. I can't remember, or trapdoors. Trapdoors. That's what he calls them. Trapdoors. Yeah. Like, you know, and he created enough trapdoors in the show that he could pivot if he needed to. And that kind of foresight, like, it's one thing to see the arc of an entire series and know where your story is going and where your characters are going. It's another thing entirely to build the trapdoors in so that if you have to pivot, you can, and you can do it elegantly. And he really does. And he, you know, by putting that character in there, he probably had every intention of bringing that character back, but was like, if we don't, it's okay. Because I didn't create, and also by not creating an actual answer or lore around that character now that he couldn't change later. You know, we talk about that sometimes. Robert Jordan did that early in the book series. He like made something seem really definitive, and then later he was like, never mind. I didn't actually mean that, so never mind.
I did love them picking up on Jakar. Like, this moment of Jakar is, I think, when you finally get to see a glimpse of who he will become in the story, that him giving that, because he writes the Constitution for the Interstellar Alliance. Like, he is a poet. He's very poetic. And so I love them picking up on that of him. That was.
And for me, you know, in hindsight, like I said, I know that it wasn't intended to go at this place in the series, but I will now write for my own headcanon and write for myself that his near-death experience in the last episode is what caused him to start to reevaluate.
I could totally see that. Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
I never would have thought of that, but yes, that is genius. I love that.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. I'm trying to think, there was one other thing I wanted to, the main gist of this whole thing, the telepaths. Just the way that, I mean, I think it is genius the way he incorporated the telepaths into the show, just because he didn't make them all powerful. Like, they can't just like look at somebody and see their minds. They actually have to intentionally, unless it's what is it called? Like a surface thought. If they want to see beyond that, they have to scan, they have to have line of sight. Like, he's made all these rules, which I think are really cool. And then just seeing how they are treated in society, which makes perfect sense to me. If there were suddenly people who had this ability, we'd probably try and make rules around them. Like, it's the it's the X-Men thing. It's you know, register and blah blah blah.
Yep.
But just a heavy spoiler for something that gets revealed. Like in the 5th season, we eventually learned that the Vorlons make telepaths. Like they made the telepaths in humans, which is why they don't fit. They didn't like evolve naturally. So that's kind of the reason why they are there. I mean, no, there would be, I think, if they evolved naturally, some friction, but the fact that they suddenly appeared in humanity about 100 years ago, like out of nowhere, of course there was going to be friction. And the reason that is because the Vorlons were like, well, the shadows are coming back. We need telepaths. And they started just seeding telepaths and species around. So
yeah. And it's interesting because it also plays into this idea that they were like, well, they were a little bit of wild cards, so we want to kind of try to control it and do it ourselves and make it ourselves. But ultimately it and interestingly enough, the gift that Ironheart left her, that of course is not going to be a gift, because isn't that part of why she's killed later? Because she has
something
powers.
from
So the gift that's not a gift. But again, like him being able to give her that, he's already kind of evolved past what
the Vorlons. Yeah. And it's a whole, the gift that was, you're right. I don't think that was, I think the original plan was for it to be a gift, but the actress ended up leaving. So another trapdoor that was there.
Yeah. This is a good one. I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, it is a good one. It's not one of my favorites, but it is like there are things in it that I love. Yeah,
and I remembered you saying that to me last week during Greg Council. I think that this is not one of your favorites, and I was like, but I liked it.
You know what I think it is?
We were watching it.
The reason I think it's not one of my favorites is it's the Talia Jason thing. I just find it very. To me, it's a bit cheesy. It's like that's just.
This is another example of, honestly, like the plot lines I did not particularly find that interesting, but the depth of world and character building I did. So the world building of the telepaths and the world building of of even like, and the character building of Jakar and like those things are great to me. But the story, like, I don't care about Talia and Jason. I don't care about Talia and Jason, and I don't care. I honestly really don't care about Catherine exploring this stupid planet. I mean, I'm glad we got this thing again. Like he dropped us a little nugget there that we'll get to see later. But I'm like, I don't care.
I think it's one of those. I think it's one of those, like, when I think of the episode, I think of the scenes between Talia and Jason, and my brain goes, and that. But when I'm watching, I'm like, no, there's all this other stuff that I love. It's the same with TKO. This episode that I keep talking about that I really don't like. Yes. When I think of it, I think of the storyline that I don't like. And then when I'm watching, I'm like, oh, but there's this B plot that I really like. Yes. So that's just what happens. Like even Parliament of Dreams, I don't think of the A plot for that one. Like I don't think of I think of the religion thing going on. And then that's what I like. So that's, it's weird. My brain is ridiculous sometimes.
I know that's absolutely fair. And it's also interesting because here's a sort of segue weird sideways. I've said segue 3 times today and I've said them completely wrong. I'm using that word wrong. I'm just putting it out there. Okay. This is a side track, which is to say that the titles of episodes are more meaningful than, not these in particular, but titling episodes is a very hard thing. And a lot of people go with themes, like, obviously Friends is the one with the. Sometimes people's themes are like, okay, it's going to be the titles of songs, and that's every episode's going to be a song title, even though it might not have anything to do with the song, but that's going to just inspire it. And I was just recently trying to title some episodes for something for kids, and I was like having fun with titles, as I do. I really enjoy making titles, and then I was like going back to Bluey, which are all one-word titles. And I was like, oh, damn, that's really easy for kids to just be like, I want to watch Asparagus. Like, that's the episode I want to watch, Asparagus. And it's really easy for kids to remember. These titles are confounding me in Babylon 5. I'm like, I mean, Mindwar is a pretty simple one, but Parliament of Dreams is so heady and weird. And I'm like, Parliament, what? Like, it's, and also they take up a lot of space when you're creating a thumbnail, I've recently discovered. They're long titles to fit on a slide. Just gonna say it. But yeah, so it's been
He
fun.
did not think about that when he made the show.
He was not considering us when he was making the show. But it's really fun because it's been that's been on my mind of like when we talk about episodes we watch, and I was even like, do we put episode 1 on it or episode 2? But I know they're also numbered so weirdly, and also fans of Babylon 5 have an order. They're like, oh, actually, you should watch this one before this
orders.
one.
Yeah, because they air differently in different on different networks in different countries, and it's a whole thing.
Yeah, and so fans have their like favorite order to watch them in and things like that. And so it is, I was like, it's hard to put the number on there. You just have to use the title. And the titles are non-evocative to me. Like I have to go back and read the summary to know what that episode was about so far. And except Mindwar will work. Yeah.
Some of them like that. While we were talking, I was looking at the title for the next one and going, ooh, I think I like this one. But I'm trying to remember which one it is. So you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The title of the next episode is The War Prayer, which I think is a great title for an episode. Yeah. But I have there's 3 possible episodes in my brain that I'm trying to just remember which one it is. So,
right.
Yeah. That's interesting. Do episodes, Wheel of Time got titles. Do all episodes have titles these days? Like, is that just a thing?
Yeah. Every show, there are, the show 24, their episodes were titled Hour 1, Hour 2, Hour 3. You know, they were titled.
Is I thought that they stopped doing that, I think, until the Wheel of Time, because I remember in Star Trek The Next Generation, of course, and Babylon 5, they always put the title up on screen.
Oh, on screen, you mean.
And they don't do it anymore. So I thought maybe episodes, I think at a certain point I was like, oh, episodes don't have titles anymore.
Right. They do still have titles, they just don't put them on screen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. And in part, I think it's sometimes it's shoe leather. There's also there's also like just everybody has negotiated their contract, whether they're top of show or bottom of show. Like if you're top of show, that means your name has to come up on screen. If you're top of show single card, then your name has to come on screen at the top of show by itself.
Yeah,
can't be shared. All of those things are put in there. They're playing a little bit faster and looser with it in some levels, which is fun. I was glad Wheel of Time was able to actually like move things around and do things differently. It's hard when you have a show that gives you all those names up front. Like last week, you and I both went, Bill Mummy! We were so excited to see Bill Mummy's name. And, and then I was like, oh, I'm reacting and I don't want to spoil anything for Gus. And David and I just watched Daredevil. And there was a credit, like, oh my God, I can't believe I can't think of her name. She's the most wonderful, wonderful, wonderful actor geek, who plays Karen Page on Daredevil. I can't believe I can't think of her name. It'll come to me.
Yet.
She's just insane and brilliant. Like she's so amazing. I love her so much. Anyway, she's not in the whole series this season. She's not a series regular this season. And then like she comes back in the last couple of episodes and like sorry, spoilers for Daredevil if you haven't watched it yet, but her name came on screen at the beginning of the episode and I was like, yes. And David was like, what? And I was like, shoot, I don't think he saw it. I don't want to spoil it that she's going to be back.
Because it could be, it can be a spoiler. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes the title is a spoiler, but you're right. I don't think, I'm trying to think of like Star Trek Discovery doesn't have episode title names. Kids shows still usually do. And a lot of kids shows now have resorted to, because they want kids to be able to ask for an episode by name. So that you have the main character say, this episode is called Asparagus, or whatever. And, or this episode of Bluey is called Asparagus, so that you hear the title of the show and the name of the episode, so that a kid can go to their parents and say, I want to watch Bluey Asparagus.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I guess grown-ups don't care. No. But truly, like with streaming, the analogous thing is, what is the thumbnail of the episode?
Yeah.
Like, because we don't go online to like look up the names of the episodes. We go online to look at the thumbnail to see, oh, that's the one I want to watch.
Yeah. Like the only reason I know the titles for all of the episodes of Wheel of Time was because I was like, I'm a content creator. Like I was making, as you, thumbnails and, videos about it. So I had to be able to talk about it. But I think if I wasn't, I don't know that I would know the title. Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's the way things evolve and change. It's interesting to me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know that I have any other Grey Council thoughts.
I don't think I do either. I think I hit everything I wrote down. Yeah. It was fun though. It was really fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. Yeah, it was good to have Allie back.
Yes. Yeah, we missed her. So But yes, so thank you all for joining us for this. Oops, something just fell off my counter. Okay. Which you can't see because I live in liminal
In a virtual
space.
world.
Yes. But thank you for joining us for this discussion of Mindwar. And if you want to watch the reaction, of course, that's going to be linked in the description of the video. I guess we'll probably link it in the description of the podcast too. I'm learning all of this this stuff as we go. And we do have a Patreon that, as of recording right now, is pending, but hopefully will be up by the time this episode is out,
Yes.
which you can check out to get unedited versions of our reactions. Like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. And see you next week for, what did I say the title? The War Prayer.
War prayer.
See you. Yes. See you next week for that.